Hello friend, it's Tonton. In today's video, we're gonna make a quick review of where I am on that free-to-play, 100% free-to-play city on state 3054. We just had our first local Sunfire Castle battle today, which was on the third day, which we just streamed. So it's a good, it's like an important milestone for a state. So, we'll look at what can you do as a free-to-play player. I really did not try to push for the ranking because that's not a city I'm gonna keep playing in the, in the near future. So I didn't want it to take any reward, but I participated and helped as much as I could without, trying to aim and go for 4 points. So, let's look at the city and kind of review the power. Which is obvious is I'm Furnace 28. I was hoping that with playing nearly perfectly, I will be able to get to Furnace 30, but before Fire Crystal Age. So Fire Crystal Age is roughly 10 days after the first local Sunfire Castle, or a week, right? If you have it on Thursday, it should be 10 days. So what I'm expecting now from that state is next week, Monday, we have Symphony of Change. And the Monday after that, so that will be like around the 24, whatever that is, we will have Fire Crystal 1. I think I'm gonna play that city until I reach Furnace 30, and because I don't think I will be able to actually finish Furnace 30 by Fire Crystal Age. That was really the aim, and that's probably then not possible as a free-to-play. I nearly played perfectly, I played a lot, and that might not happen. If you look at my Furnace, I still have 14 days to go. If you look at my speed-ups, I have not even a day, I have less than 3 days, so I still have 10 days to go, which brings me, of course I'm gonna gain some speed-ups every day, but it's bringing me to the Fire Crystal Age to finish 29, sorry. Then I will have to do Embassy, which, is another 12 days. So I'll basically miss like 30 days of training speedups or something, or building speedups and general speedups. At that point of the game, you use general speedups on building speedups to rush to Furnace 30. But that's what you can do as a free-to-play, just to kind of show that it's free-to-play. I did not trigger the first purchase. That, I don't have the extra builder, I pay it for gem. I don't have the extra marching queue, I just don't, I just have 5. So I'm not paying it for anything, I just have 5, and unlocking, is actually buying. So I already bought no pack. So that's what you can do as a free-to-play. I tried to push everything I could. I'm burning and emptying my bag. Is all of Chief. So, there are a few heroes I can upgrade. Tiny bit more essence stone I could spend, but overall my bags are more or less empty, and that's kind of where we are right now. And I'm not gonna waste it, just for the sake of the video. I'm just gonna use it when it's a good time to make points on event and to help the alliance. I was part of the first alliance most of the journey. We lost a Spender. The city is exactly 53 days old, right? And we lost Spender, most of them 2-3 weeks ago now. So the Spender slowly left because the first leadership of the alliance kind of went inactive, and that was kind of the main issue of that alliance, is that leadership was very active first 3 days. So they managed to recruit everyone that was spending and very active in the game. Then they kind of, went back to work or whatever, had real life things. I don't know what's going on. They did not put people from all the regions as well. So some time zones were not covered, and we started to leak the spenders and leak the most engaged player because the leadership was lacking. So that was a big issue for us. So I'm missing a bit on, on chest from spenders. That will be here actually, and things like that. There is not much going on right now, where, if I was in the top 1 alliance with the best spenders and stuff, I might have a few more days of speed up, and that's what really helps you as well. It's to be in the best, if you are free to play, you want to be in the best ecosystem possible for your growth, which will be a Spender alliance as much as you can. So that's where we are in terms of building. So I managed to get all my camps to level 28. If you look at my troops, they are nearly all T9. So I have some marksmen that are lagging a bit behind, and some lancers and stuff that I need to promote, but I don't have speed ups anymore. So nearly managed to get all my troops to T9, which is 200k of T9, a bit above. So that's really good. All my camps level 28, and my research center about to go 28. And as you can see, all these are lagging behind. That's 25, that's 23, that's 23. These buildings are 24, 25. I could not upgrade them all. So you see, I'm really rushing. The priority is to get to Furnace 30 and to rush like I'm explaining in my guide about how to rush Furnace 30. That's, you know, I'm doing what I'm sharing usually in my guides. So I've done my arenas every day. I've done most of the bear trap. I missed quite a few bear traps, and that, you know, that slowed me down a bit in the beginning. So I might have been able to save 1 or 2 more days if I was really doing all the bear trap from the beginning. Again, it's kind of my third city. I'm playing my main on 948, and I'm playing my farm, and then after that I'm playing this city. So, you know, it's not really much a big focus. I'm not doing, you know, I miss some Crossfire Mine. I'm not pushing very hard on Crazy Joe. I just leave my troops in my city, but I stay online. Like, I'm not playing 100%. I'm just really focusing on rushing. So you might be able to do even a bit better. But if you don't spend, that will be short, falling short from getting Furnace 30. If I would have spent 50 euro, you know, in a month and a half, so that's 20-25 euro. I think if I would spend them on building speed ups and the right packs, I will be Furnace 30. So it's actually not that hard to get there. So let's look at a bit at the leaderboards, right? Where am I standing in my state? It's not a crazy state. It's not the worst state, but it's not a crazy state. So in personal power, of course, I'm a bit low. I'm, you know, 65, but that's not too bad, you know. If you look at all of these are spenders, right? Many of these are spenders. I've seen them buy packs. You know, we know that, you know, they have far higher hero power and stuff, so they have been spending on certain things. Maybe they did not necessarily always buy on, you know, speed ups for Foundry, for the Furnace and stuff, but they you know, they're better than they're spending for most of them. So I'm doing very well here. Furnace, I'm doing very well. As you can see, I'm 24. I'm nowhere close to Furnace 29, so, you know, I might be there soon, you know, 4 or 5 days maybe I can have the speed ups. But, you know, many people here as well are spending, some of them, and you will see it in other area, right? Because Furnace, that's playing well plus spending, but that's playing well. Like on power, I cannot, you know, I can play well, of course, promote the troops, train all the time, but there is a big limitation on how much power I can gain. Kill count, I did not really do anything. Exploration, I'm 41, so you see I'm a bit better, and mostly the reason for that is because I went for Alonso. So that I want to kind of review the heroes a bit later, but, you know, I'm a decent spot. I have 2 Gen 2 heroes, so that's all okay, but we'll talk about that in a sec. So when it comes to exploration stage, I'm doing decent. I can probably clear 1 or 2 more, but, you know, it's not gonna change my ranking a lot. If you look at people around me, where are they? It's a big level, it's a very hard level. So, but, you know, I could be close to 30, eventually 35, but that does not really matter. Then you have the Island Prosperity. You know, I'm 24 again. I unlock it late because you know, many people bought the first few pack and rushed to Furnace 19 or 17. I forgot which one it is. So they unlocked the island a lot sooner than I did. So that's, you know, that's actually decent. And on my island, I did not focus for points for the island, but I actually focus on supporting my growth. So I did the building that's reducing construction time and all of that. So, you know, that does not give a lot of points to max this building out. And then if you look at Labyrinth, that's where you see I'm lagging behind at the free-to-play. I'm, you know, 91. There is not much to do here. Many people are spending, and many people are stronger because they are spending. And let's look at heroes in a sec, and then we'll look at them directly. So in terms of hero power, the stronger hero you get, I'm of course 160, and again, it's where people are spending, so that's totally okay. I would not expect it any other, you know, other way as a free-to-play. I have a lot less gear. You know, many people bought out at the first 50 euro, which is like triggered after that pack. So when you buy that, you have like a top-up event with a shard for Jinman, with you get a set of mythic gear for marksman. You get a lot of stuff from that on top of buying your first 50 euros. So people progress there a lot faster than I do. So that's fair enough, but that's why you can see like where you can make the difference as a free-to-play if you play smart is more around your Furnace level, putting the right choice of heroes. So even if you're a lot weaker, you can still be 41, right? And my hero total power, I'm a bit, you know, not as bad as, you know, that one is your strongest hero, this leaderboard. So you can see the people that spend a lot of money, that Violet, she has a meteor skin already. So on my main account that I'm playing for 2 years, and I've spent every month a bit of money, and a few hundred euros lately, I don't have a meteor skin yet. I'm VIP 12, I'm like 40% toward the meteor. she got the Meteor in 50 days. So that's very, very strong for 50 days. And you see in the total hero power, because, you know, my furnace is high, so I can get higher heroes. Again, I'm knowing what I'm doing, so I'm doing my XP every time with, you know, Beast and Polar Terrors and Expedition and Arena and stuff. So that's actually decent. You know, I would expect to be more around 100, 120 soon, because, you know, some people will start to spend and the packs will be a bit better, so some people will actually catch up. So that's the two leaderboards where you don't spend as a free-to-play, you're gonna lag behind, which might make you lag behind as well on Labyrinth and on Exploration, because you might not be able to catch up fully on that, but that's really okay. That's just the way it is. If you look at charms, I nearly unlock all my charms. If you look at gear, I started to work on one piece with the designs, and then I'm upgrading everything to blue, so that I'm gonna do tomorrow. I can do this too, so I will be fully blue. Then I'll focus, I'll do all these pieces blue 1 star, and then I'll focus basically on unlocking. If that was my regular account that I will keep playing, I will focus on going to T2 3 stars on golden. So for a very long time, just pouring all the design in one of the items. So I unlock the exchange, and then I can catch up all the pieces with the weekly exchange on gear. So that will be the plan. Charms will progress quite slowly, and that's really all okay. So let's look at the heroes now. So what I've done is I really focused on some key heroes. So Gina, I mostly killed Beast when there was a Gina's event. I just killed Beast because they give more resources as well. They give a bit less gems, a bit less hero shard, but Beasts are giving more resources, and you get a mission to kill certain level of beef that start to give quite a bit of resources later. So if you see here, it's defeat 30 level 20 beast, and that's decent amount of resources that you get plus the beast. So early days, I'm not doing Polar Terrors. I was actually doing beast when the Gina's event is on, and it's often on at the beginning, so you get a lot of horns. During the Gina event, I will still do 10 horns, so Horn of the Cryptid, so I will get the extra shard from the event, but I will just do 10, and everything else will be Intel Mission and Beast. Then I will have, 50, 60 horns, and then for the next few days until the next Gina's event, I'll use all the horns, and I'll try to make sure that every day I'm actually getting the 50. So if I need to manually join, I will try to join as well here, the Gina's Revenge. So that's really worked for me. That means I have a very strong Gina. That's why I'm not that far, in everything that is Labyrinth or Arena, because even if Gina is one of the weakest hero, I got skills level 5, I got a max blue hero, and if you look at the other one, they are lagging behind. They are barely 4 stars. So when they were 3 stars and a half, Gina's was max, and that's how you make a big difference in Arena and everything. Molly, she will upgrade slowly over time, so there is no need to really do it. I use maybe 15, 20 shards on some events, on general shards, just to get 1 more or 2 more shards here to improve. So to improve her a bit, but I save most of my general shards for Alonso, Gen 2, because Gen 1 is only 60 days, so it's very, very, it's 40 days, Gen 1, because we are Gen 2 for a while, and that's 53 days, so that's 40 days. So Gen 1 is very, very quick, so investing a lot in Gen 1 is not really worth it. I did the lucky wheel on our friend Flynn, so that's level 3 and 4 skill. There is level 3, I'm gonna get him to level 4 soon, that's gonna be all okay. And Alonso as well is 3 stars, and that's really amazing. So I have a very good overall army, because I got 2 very good in Arena and Exploration, 2 very good heroes. I got 1 good infantry, I got Sergei not too much behind, so that's the best option for free to play. You have Natalia and Geronimo that are better, but these are really for spenders. See, I don't have any Natalia's shard. If you spend a bit, you have some. So that's really the proof I did not. So that's a very good army. And then, you use Molly, you use 1 Lancer, and that's a very good starter setup. And, in Gen 3, you're going to swap Mia for Molly for Mia. That's probably it. Gen 4, you might add, Amos and Lynn. So you will swap Gina, and you overall, in Gen 3 or 4, you have a very, very good setup. For again, Exploration, Arena, that's really good. And I nearly leveled that skill of all of these heroes. I did a bit by ET because I used him at the beginning. Before I was using Gina, so I kind of stopped doing by ET. I did Patrick. That was really important to do Patrick. 25% health for Sunfire Castle battle. I did Jesse to join the rallies. I did some other things, you know, on this one. So increasing a bit my research speed here, 9%. It's a lot when you start the game. Same here. Healing I actually did not do. And then I do some of the training as well. 12% of training is actually very important at the beginning as well. It's a lot of percentages, you know. And I mostly use two marches to join bear. So I'm doing Jesse, skill level 5, and I've done 3 level on Jasser as well, because that's what I can do. So they do a bit more damage when I do rally joining. So it's overall, it's a good setup. I have everything I need. I can help my alliance with Patrick and Jesse or Sergey if they wanted to and they thought it was better. It's skill level 4. I have all of my farmers, you know, that are decent spot. They will be soon 4 stars. I have my rally joiner. I have my main army. I can play easily with 2 marches. You know, I have 2 lancers. Lancers, I'll use Patrick or Jesse. I have Molly. I have 2 infantry. I have up to 3 marksmen. So Gina, you cannot use her in expedition, right? For Polar Terror, for Beast, for fighting on the battlefield, she does not do any damage with her skill. She's really good because she reduces stamina, but you don't want to fight in the battlefield with her. But she's very good in arena and expedition, right? And Labyrinth is using expedition skills. So Gina is very bad for Labyrinth. That's one of the big drawbacks of Gina, is she's terrible for Labyrinth as well. So you kind of have to use weaker heroes. In terms of hero gear, you know, I've been putting a bit of XP on the less important stats. I've been focusing a lot more on the main important stats. So, you know, I've put some Essence Stone levels, got my gear 70. Gina is barely having anything. Then Fleet in the same, right? Tiny bit in lethality and Moss on health, level 2 or 3. And then again, the same here, right? So I did the belt at a time that the only thing I could do for a point on an event, which I knew I'm not gonna play the event on the long term, so it's a bit stupid, but I had no other choice at the time. That was the only thing I could do. It was one, I could use 10, and the next time I could use 20, and everything else was 20 or 30 at the time, so I did not do it back to back. So that's, you know, that's okay, but I would not suggest to do that. It would be better on these pieces, but these I got very, very recently. So I'm nearly, you know, a full set of SSR gear at that stage. Which is my first match, which is okay, right? Because I don't get the free one from Marksman, so that's very decent. So I got my first march, I even got a bit more on my second march here. So that's all very decent. We don't have pets yet. Island, you know, it's really cool as well. I use the strategy on the island that I shared to you on the video a while back. So I basically move my camps, but it does not really show anymore here because I cleared. I kind of lazy now and don't care anymore. But you see, I've been doing big lines, right? And I got the chest on the way. So I've been moving my camps to do these lines everywhere. So that's, you can check my video to get all of the chest. And then now that I got all of the chest, I'm just letting clear everything so I can move my buildings around. But if you look, I have most of the buildings that give power, they are level 1 or 2. Some of them I needed to upgrade them temporarily, right? And that was okay to have enough prosperity, I guess, prosperity bonus to improve the tree. But if you look more closely, I have my training, I have my construction as well that are already upgraded. So that's the one I already cared to do. So I get more troops, I build faster, and I did some of the gathering as well to really help myself. So I can actually do the brewery, and the brewery is healing speed. So, but I don't care about healing speed, so let's move it here. So that's my focus on the island, and that's really what you should do. Help yourself progress, then gather, then you will have time to do everything else. Either you want some of the marching speeds, to, you know, this one as well, to farm a bit faster. You want some most. If I was a rally leader, I would have focused a lot more on these, right? I would have focused on infantry and attack on marksmen and attack on lancers. So that's what I would have focused, and these buildings will be level 3 or 4. You know, whatever I could do, and these will all be level 1 because as a spender, you will have you will have everything you need. I managed to rush to VIP 6, so I think that was a bit of a mistake. You have only 3 wheel for Zinman. So I think the mistake I've made is I let Dinman be 2 stars. So I spin Dinman the first 2 wheels, and after wheel 2, I push my VIP 6 because I thought I'll get 1 more wheel for Dinman later, and I did. So if I had to do it again over, I'll do VIP 2 to unlock the shop, the VIP shop, to be able to buy these for the first few days. If you are not a spender, if you are free to play, that's really important. Then once I'm VIP 2, I will basically not necessarily unlock it. You don't really have to pay the 10k or whatever gems to have it active. It's really giving you nothing level 2, so you don't really need that. That's not really important. Then I'll focus on the first 3 wheels to get our friend Dinman to 3 stars, because you will get, you know, that to from 9% to 12%. That would have helped a bit, you know, on the cost, on everything, and on the speed. So that will make you more likely to reach Furnace 30 before Fire Crystal Age. And maybe that's something I need to mention, because you might not know that, but when Fire Crystal Age unlock, you have daily fire crystals, right? You have them from Intel missions. Yeah, I'm not sure I remember every sources when that unlocks, but I remember you have them from daily missions as well. You're on the last 2 chests, and you have them on Intel missions. And Furnace 30, they have more available, basically. If you're not Furnace 30, you get less fire crystals. So if you're already behind with your furnace level, let's say you took it very slow, you did not play very seriously, you are 24, it's gonna get you, it gonna take time to go to Furnace 30. And then on top of that, when you will be 30, people will have had 100, 200, 300, 400 more fire crystal for free. And if you're free to play, these are a lot. That's, you know, a few furnace levels. So that's will make you kind of lag behind all the way. So that's why my guide and my suggestion for new player are really focused about rushing Furnace 30. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. And that's why I wanted to make that city, to do it again for myself, to kind of have a reminder. And to see how it works. So that you need to really rush to be as close as you can to Furnace 30 when Fire Crystal Age happens. We will have it in 10 days, and in 10 days I won't be able to do that, plot that again, right? Unless we have a crazy event that give a lot of speed ups or something, but you know, that's very, very unlikely. That's very, very unlikely. When it comes to research, I basically did what I'm suggesting, you know, everyone to do. I've done a lot of economy, so you can find that on my guides to get some income. That's really important. One of the big game changer for income is the bear trap, and we'll talk about it in a minute. So I've done economy, I've done some growth, so I focus on, you know, extra march, building speed and research speed for at the beginning. Then I've done some training speed too, and you know, I'll slowly try to get 1 or 2 level of that before I do Furnace 30 if I can, right? That's maybe 1 level I will have time to get, but that will help me quite a bit, because that's, you know, I mean, it's not crazy, but you know, every day counts, right? If you can get 2 or 3 days sooner, that's 2 or 3 days of Intel mission or free fire crystals. So that's really important. So I'll try to get 1 level of that before I push for Furnace 30. In battle, I've done the minimum. That's my least focus. You know, I managed to do quite a few of that during like event, but you could see my level 2 is complete. I've done most of my level 3. My level 3 are complete. So we start level 4, and you see that's when I'm starting to be behind. My level 4s are not complete at all. That's kind of where I am. I'm between level 5 and level 4, right? But that's not my priority right now. I will do a bit more. If it was not upgrading, I'll do a bit of economy right now. And then I might actually, instead of doing economy, I might just work toward to unlock that, because if I could do embassy with that 1.8%, that will be really good. And the really good thing is that now we have the titles. So I think they are sharing the title. There was a bit of a drama that they kept them for themselves, but now they are sharing the title, and that's 10% construction speed. So you will want to, as soon as you get your first local Sunfire Castle, you will want to use the title when you do big buildings, so like a camp, like a research center. When you start a research that is over 24 hours, you will want that title. And then next week we'll have the pets. So that's something I wanted to cover as well, like how you unlock the pets. So that will be really important to get, because what the first pet you get is reducing construction time. So you will basically have to accumulate double time, your pet that will show here, and you have the title, and that will reduce the time. So that might, you know, we'll see, but that might give me a slight chance to be 30 very close to Fire Crystal Age. Because if I keep my speed ups, the strategy will be at that stage for me. I would not finish that before I have the pet leveled up a bit, and before I can get the title, but I will be able to get the title anyway, right? So that's all of that. So Monday we should have the pets, not this one, the one after. So when my pet is level 3, 4, I will be able to get the pets. So that's really important. And then Tuesday we will have the pets. So Tuesday we will have the pets. And then Wednesday we will have the pets. So Wednesday we will have the pets. And then Thursday we will have the pets. And then Friday we will have the pets. And then Saturday we will have the pets. And then Sunday we will have the pets. And then Monday we should have the pets, not this one, the one after. So when my pet is level 3, 4, I use a tiny bit of speed up, so maybe it will be only 2 or 3 days needed. I might use that to accumulate speed ups, to accumulate resources. So I'll finish Embassy very quick, and then I'll start Furnace, and maybe I have a chance to be there. So that will be the playbook from now, is accumulating that and see what we can do. So that's why I wanted to make that kind of video right now, and I'll make a follow-up video, and I will make a what to do after Furnace 30 when you unlock Furnace 30, because people suggested it or requested it in the comments. So I'll do a video at that occasion to kind of review the account again, but maybe more quickly, and then explain, you know, what you should focus on. But for me, in the meantime, because I'll probably stay 10 days without using speed ups here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna focus on my research. I'm gonna catch up on my research for buildings, right? For construction speed. I'm gonna catch up a tiny bit maybe, because these are quite quick still to upgrade. So I might do 2 or 3 levels here. So I might be putting them 26, 27. So I have a bit more income, because that's gonna be really rough to go to Furnace 30 and then promote troops to T10. That will be the next stage, right? It's like Furnace 30 is one thing, then you need to finish the camps and to go to T10. So I don't care about the infirmary, I don't care about storehouse. My rally capacity is big enough. Maybe I'll do one, you know, that's gonna start to improve rally capacity by quite a bit. So that's one extra player. So if I see that in Bear Trap, you know, I'm being useful to my alliance, and then people are joining my rally and doing a lot of damage, I might actually do 1 or 2 level instead of the resources. To kind of help the alliance. So you have to balance that out and to think about what you're doing. The biggest game changer, right, for everyone that's pushing right now and that's starting the game right now, are the island is good because you get a percentage of construction, so that's 6%, plus you get the other one, that's another 3 something, so that's 10% construction speed. That's really good. You get a bit the labyrinth, but it's not really giving you. You can go. That's something I should have done, because the goal was to rush Furnace 30. I've kind of bought without thinking too much what I'm buying on my main, but I should have bought the speed ups, and that's what I would suggest people to rush Furnace 30 is like for a few weeks you buy the speed ups. That's one of the worst purchases you can do here, but if you can get 10-20 hours per week, you know, that's over 3-4 weeks. That's gonna be few days that you're gonna save, and these few days gonna be really important for, you know, at the end. So I'll suggest, because you get very little of the rest at the end of the day, you will get a lot more of these later. Like these, you won't feel the difference of these later. And if you miss, you know, if you can save a week because you play well, because you wait for the title, because you upgrade your pets on pushing for Furnace 30 and everything, you know, that will be a lot better for you overall. Why do you want to rush as well? And we'll talk about that in a sec, is that in the Sunfire Castle battle today, so Core was a no match for the one that's watching the stream. So let's look at the report quickly, but that's our stronger player, Huff and Puff, and that's Violet. They are stronger player in the Core Alliance. So I joined TGB. It's not my main alliance, but I joined to cover the stream to see somewhere when, you know, they have a chance to win. So you know, these are very similar charms and Chief Gear. There are some differences. He has like 1 level more on infantry and lancers, but everything else is the same more or less. That's very close. The biggest difference is like Violet is crazy on hero gear at that stage of the game. She has, you know, pieces level 13 and 12 and 11 everywhere. She got them, you know, 40 and 40 already. Like that's close to me. Like in a 2 or 3 weeks, she's nearly as strong as me on hero gear, and that's, you know, my CT is nearly 2 years old. So that, you know, these are really strong in that the percentages, right? So, but these rallies, if you look here, it was T10 and T9. So if you are lagging too much behind, we could not do only T10 in that alliance. So if you are too much behind, you won't be allowed to join these rallies. The main rally will be on the first Sunfire Castle will be T9. So you will want to be Furnace 27 and your camps and your troop promoted. So you will want to be Furnace 27 for a while. The next Sunfire Castle, I might cover it. I might see if I can go to the Core Alliance this time to change a bit. This will be T10 only for the castle if the Alliance can, and they will be able to. If you look at the leaderboards, you know, there are already 17 Furnace 30, and next time they will be 30-40. So they will be able to do middle only T10, maybe 1 or 2 T9 joiner, but you will be pushed out of the main events if you are lagging behind in the best alliances with your troop. That's also why my tips and my guides and everything I'm suggesting is towards rushing, is because I don't know for you, but for me, that's the fun part, right? To take part in the events and to be able to participate in these big events. If you are left on the side, I find it really, it's not really cool for me. So that's why I'm suggesting if you don't care to be part of the event, you can take it a lot more slowly and don't have to stress as much. So let's talk about Bear Trap. And you might know the change, but that's the biggest event that will give you something, and because of the hunting achievement. If you look at it, I've been having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if I was in the better alliance, probably 11 or 12 by now, because they are very strong. So I might be able to do one of these. These are, if you calculate in food, that's, let me just calculate. So 50 million times 12. That's 600 million. That's what I had in my head, but I just wanted to make sure that that's 600 million food. And if you look at the building, that's like, I forgot how much it cost to do the last furnace, but it's probably like a furnace 29 to 30 for free, or it's probably plus embassy plus something else. And I'm not very far because I'm not in the best alliance right now. So that's crazy. That's crazy amount of resources that will help you not be stuck. I don't have a farm, right? If I was serious, and if I'll start over again, I will do a farm on top of that to unstuck myself at these levels. But when I played the game 2 years ago, you were starving for resources at these levels. You would not be able to go back to back and improve everything because there was just not enough resources. You cannot gather enough for what it takes. So you have to farm a lot, attack people a lot. You have to have a farm. You have to add help from wells and take it from another city that spend money so they got the extra resources. Right now, it is going super, super smooth with the resources, and it's all because of that. So you don't have to do every bear because that's only that's unlocking for your best historical damage, right? So you have to, let's say today we did Sunfire Castle, we had bear, you have your rally leader with 20% buffs, and things like that. So they are doing a lot more damage. So that day you're gonna push hard, you're gonna play on your best device, you're gonna join the best rallies, you're gonna do all you can to make the damages, right? And to unlock, 8, 10 level of these, 12 like I did, or even a bit more if you're in a better alliance. And that will support your growth like nothing else. Of course, you will want to send your farmer every day, so we'll do that now. When you are T8, T7, T8, particularly T9 for me, you can start to easily farm level 8 tiles, right? So right now they take nearly, if you look with my speed, they take gathering time 12 hours. That's a bit insane. So that's gonna lower to 6 hours at the end game when you get your gathering maxed out, something like that. But that means you can send them 2 times a day. I'm sending them now, I'll go to bed, I'll send them again tomorrow, and then that roughly you get an income of 1.4 million of that. You get an income of 24 million of food and everything like that. So that's kind of where we are, guys. I don't think I missed anything. When I pushed for the first Olaf shift on that city, I managed to get to ranking 20-ish because I did keep all of these buildings to very, very low level. So that's, at the free-to-play, you won't be, unless you're a very inactive state, but, people are spending at the beginning. So you cannot do crazy things when it comes to ranking, like rank free-to-play to get not Hector, but Geronimo's shard. I try my best. I already start over twice. I started another city just to do it, so I think I finished top 12 in the first SVS, and you have Geronimo shard, SVS, Olaf Chief, and you have Geronimo's shard top 10 or something like that. So it did not work, but I've done my best. That's hopefully like the videos I could make from that city have been helpful for like newer players, beginners, if you want to restart the game. I actually did not make as much as I wanted. I really liked the time. It was not a good period for me to make a lot of videos. So when we do the new project and we start over, I will actually record the first Bear Trap, the first Crazy Joe, all these events that are a bit of, clunky when you do them for the first few times because you don't have enough troops, you don't have a structured alliance. So we will document that better when we start again, by the end of the year, and we have a proper project, a proper thing, but I'll announce that a bit later. That's all for today. That's my city. We will do another review when we are Furnace 30, so 10, 15 days from now. And if I really manage to push it, with like the pets and with the title and all of that, I'll cover that as well to show you what's possible at the 100%, again, free to play, no packs ever purchased on that account. So that's what you can do. You can enjoy the game. You can be useful to your alliance. You can be a rally leader. You just need to know what to do. And if that's what you care about, you are on the right channel. So subscribe, join the Discord, and you will get all you need to be that player. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.